8:47, welcome back on this Wellness Wednesday. We're talking about a new long-term study that suggests what many of us drink every morning may play a pretty big role in protecting our brain health. Joining us this morning, we've got fitness and nutrition expert Mackie Shieldstone in to break all of it down. You know, we keep saying what we drink in the morning, but we're showing a shot of coffee and tea, so I think people make the connection. We're talking about that caffeine, good sir.
Well, I have the old coffee cup, and I have a cup of coffee in the morning, but I've done it for years because it's before my exercise, and there's no question David Kostel at Ball State University said umpteen years ago that it improves fatty acid mobilization. But the study you refer to is the Journal of the American Medical Association Network Open, and it is a profound study, and it represented 130,000 men and women over 43 years, 1986 to 2023. And what they were looking at was there a beverage or was there something that people would take over time that might improve reducing risk to dementia and cognitive function. So what they did was they examined this every 2 to 4 years with questionnaires and then medical follow-up. This is the Nurses' Health Study for women and the Professional Healthcare Follow-up Study for men. And they found, and I'll just read it to you, the greater consumption of caffeinated coffee and tea was associated with a lower risk of dementia and modestly better cognitive function. Now, you made a point of moderation. The recommendation for caffeine intake is less than 400 milligrams, all right?
You stop that.
Pardon me?
You stop that.
So it's less than 400 milligrams. So the important point to know is, why does this coffee caffeinated work?
Right.
Because of the antioxidants, improvement of brain cell function, and the biggest factor is the inflammatory response. It reduces it. And what did the study find? 2 to 3 cups of caffeinated coffee a day, or 1 to 2 cups of tea. For instance, I can tell you, this is a Starbucks Zia. This is kind of what I use. Tear it off, put it in hot water. So what am I getting? I'm getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 90 milligrams of caffeine. Espresso is 65 milligrams, 1 shot. All right, so if I go over and I look at tea, one of my favorites is the matcha green tea, but it's one of the highest in caffeine. But yet, at the same time, the jasmine tea that I steep right here is one of the lowest. So the idea is keep your caffeine intake under 300 to 400 milligrams a day. It could affect sleep. I know you all get up so early in the morning to come here. It could affect your sleep if you take it late at night.
Sure. And
some people don't respond to it. There are slow metabolizers of caffeine and fast metabolizers. So that you figure that out after doing this for a while. But the key was moderate intake. And then there was a follow-up study that showed that the coffee can also reduce fibrosis in the liver.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's get over.